So today is June 23rd, 2020, and this is my second video that I've done. I went back and watched my video last night and I thought, oh my gosh, how far I've come from January to June just in my mindset, my thinking, the research I've continued to do. I don't know if I'm going to start a YouTube channel or not. I think most people do. I'm just doing videos because they say that it's good to do videos so you can look back and see your progress along the way. I still don't know if I'll do that or not. I'm just doing it for me, for accountability, so I can go back and see, like last night when I did my first look back at my first video done in January. I can look back and see how much I've grown since then, with information and so forth. Sorry, I've got the burps. So if I post this on YouTube and whatnot, you won't know me. A lot of people will, because I'll probably post it on Facebook. Again, this isn't for a pity party. This isn't for whatever. Judgment. You're probably gonna judge me anyway because that people just do, but whatever. Because I learned at a very young age, I just decided on my own that people are gonna say what they want to say about you, whether you like it or not, whether it's good or bad, and people are not gonna like you, whether you like that or not. They just won't. You're not everybody's cup of tea, and that's fine. I don't care. And I've been that way my entire life. People's words I never let them get to me. So with that, I don't ever remember really being bullied about my weight. I've probably been overweight probably since like the second grade, and I'll never forget, it was elementary school. I think it was 4th grade or 5th grade. We had these ID tag cards that were made, and I will never forget. I think it was 5th grade, because I will never forget, I was wearing my Lion King shirt, because you know that was the jam, and blue shorts. And I remember looking down at my card thinking, oh my gosh, that's how much I weigh. And I think it was like 180 in the 5th grade. And I thought, oh my goodness. So I think then it kind of put me like in the shame mode, but I was a kid. I don't remember really pondering on it too much. As I got older, I was just comfortable with me, and comfortable in my skin, and being the way I was. But I never acknowledged the fact that it wasn't healthy for me. The way I was eating wasn't healthy. The things I were, doing just wasn't healthy. Just being young and dumb and don't care, but then you don't realize what you do now to your body is going to affect you when you're older. So I really just didn't pay attention to that, and I never got a hold of it then like I should have, because I just didn't care. And I think that we're so quick to judge people by their size, and I don't think that it has necessarily completely damaged me as a person. I think it has, I don't want to say hurt my feelings, but maybe just a little discouraging, because I think that, now, I'm not speaking for every fat person or every person that's overweight. I'm not. I'm speaking just for me, my thoughts, my opinions, nobody else's. So take it how you will. But I do think that people who are not obese, people who are not, I just say fat, because I just identify myself as fat. Obese just sounds weird. I don't just call it what it is. It's just fat. I'm fat. I know that. You ain't telling me nothing I don't already know. So I think people who are skinnier, people who are not of the same size. I think maybe not intentionally. I think some people may, just because some people are rude and mean. That's just the way it is. I don't think some people, intentionally mean it, or maybe they don't realize that they do it, but they isolate themselves from bigger people. My experiences have been people who I wanted to be friends with and thought we would be friends with. I wasn't in their clique. In society, I wasn't in their bracket of society. I didn't look like them. I wasn't skinny like them. I've always been the bigger person, the fatter person. And I think that got very discriminating toward me. So I think being my size has affected my feelings on friendships. I think because people just look at, again, my opinion, my views, nobody else's, just me. My opinion is that people look at fat people like they're disgusting, or they're contagious, or how they look on the outside represents how they are on the inside. Like if they're disgusting on the outside, then they're not going to be a good friend, or I can't associate with them because of the way they look, or the way, if I associated with them, that would damper my popularity or my social life or whatever, because I have a bigger friend, whatever. I think that my opinion, for me, that's been the case. I feel like that has been, my size, my weight has been an issue for others in keeping a friendship or getting a friendship. And maybe it's me as a person, all in general, who knows? It could be a combination of everything. But throughout the years, I've had billions of acquaintances and friends. As you're little, you grow up with friends, and your friends change over years because you change and people grow up and all this. But I can say that I've kept 2 best friends. And if I cry, I'm sorry. I just do that. That I've kept 2 friends since, gosh, I'm 36. 20 years? 23 years? 20 plus years. I've kept them as best friends because they're like sisters to me. Life happened. We grew up. Everybody kind of went their own separate ways. And we weren't all as close as we were at one point in time as we were when we were younger. Like I said, life happened and we got off track, but then we always found our way back to each other, and we always knew we were always there for each other no matter what. I think us 3 just had the understanding of no matter where you are or where you're at or what you've done, we'll always be there. You can always come back to us as friends. I think our friendship's just that strong. Life happened. We've all gotten married. I've had, have families and different aspects of our lives where everything's different. We're not all through the same lifestyle wise, just because of families and not families and and whatnot. But we've all stayed friends, and like I said, we all know that just because we don't see each other every day, we don't talk to each other every day, we still have an understanding and know that we can come back and pick up on where we left off. If it had been 10 years, but it's not. But if it had been 10 years, we would pick right back up where we were. And we just know, but our friendship is just that strong that we just know that we'll always be there. And so I have 2 of those, and they know who they are. And I know they would be there for me. Doesn't matter if we hadn't seen each other in 6 months, a year, 2 years, because of life and whatever, our schedules couldn't meet up. I know that if I called them and said, hey, I need you, can you come? Or can I come to you? Or whatever. I know without a shadow of a doubt that they would, and they would be there in a heartbeat. So they've never been judgmental or whatnot because of my size, because they're my friends. But overall, otherwise, friendships, I think friendship wise, my size has made an impact on that. Maybe I'm crazy and I just think that, but if I sit back and look on everything, I kind of think it does. That's just me, my opinion, my views. I am in the process of doing gastric sleeve surgery. I have completed all my weigh-ins. Sorry, I'm burping again. I've completed all my weigh-ins. I now am waiting to meet with my surgeon, and we'll hopefully get a date. I still have a couple more things I need to do. Sorry. I still have to do my psych evaluation and meet with a nutritionist. And so hopefully I'll get all that done once, I'll know more once I meet with the surgeon. So I'm going through that. I was that person who would say, oh, that's the easy way out. Yeah, sure, go ahead and have surgery. It's the easy way out. You gained all that weight because it was easy. Now you want to lose all of it because it's easy. That's your easy way out. And I probably would have said that I was probably that way 5 years ago. I still thought that, oh, that's just the easy way out. And then I got to researching and looking on and off during that 5 years and thought about it and was like, nah, maybe it's really not. You know, maybe I'm not researching it like I should. I'm just taking other people's opinions and then what I've gathered from other people, my personal views, and I was wrong, so wrong. So after I had my son, who is almost 18 months old, I've really been thinking about it, and I did more research on it. I dug a little deeper. I've watched more videos. I've followed more people who've had it done. I've talked to, I don't know how many people who's had this done that I actually know, that I trust, of how they've said their process has gone and how they felt through this process. And my mind has changed during that time, especially these last 18 months. It's not the easy way out, by no means. And if you think it is, I encourage you to find someone on YouTube who's had it done and watch their videos, watch their journey, watch how they've gone through this and how hard it is and what you have to do. I also think, this is again just me talking, my personal opinion, I don't think that people who don't have a weight problem don't understand. People who have never had a weight problem won't understand and can't get the concept of why, and that it's easy for you, so it should be easy for us, but it's not. Again, that's just my personal opinion, so that's just me, and that's okay. That's okay that if someone who is skinny, or a friend of mine that is skinny and doesn't get it, that's okay, you know, but, you know, still be encouraging. But it's not the easy way out. There's such hard work in preparation for this, mentally, emotionally, physically, all of that. It's your mind. You're rewiring everything that you've ever known that you thought was right that isn't. You're having to retrain everything. It's like being a baby learning how to eat food, and that's okay. That's okay to reset, to start over. You know, you're only given one body. Again, my personal opinion. You're only given one body, and you are to take care of it. And 36 years, well, since being moved out of the house, 19. Since the age of 19, I've not taken care of me. I've not taken care of my body. I've not treated it like I should have. I've not nourished it like I should have. And I'm paying for it because I'm now at my biggest weight. And as shameful as this is, and I'm talking shameful, I'm having to put pride down and say this because nobody knows other than close friends Um, my two friends, my mom and my husband, know my weight, have ever known my weight. 18 months ago, when I gave birth to my son, I was 378 pounds. And I don't even know what to say. When I got pregnant, I was 350. I was in the process of trying to lose weight on my own again for like the 14th bazillion quadrillionth time, and it wasn't working. And so I just thought more. I was like, well, maybe this is what I need to do. Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I need to have weight loss surgery. So I thought about it, and I prayed about it, and I just read more, and I was like, Lord, just guide me, direct me of what you want me to do. Open doors that need to be open for this, and just show me what I need to do, and give me peace about it. If I don't have peace about doing this, I won't. If I don't feel like this is right for me, I won't do it. But I've now come 18 months, and I've now come to I've been at peace since January, since I even thought about talking to my doctor. So early on, I take that back. Early on, and I was still a little unsure. Probably the first 2 months, I was like, man, I really don't know. I really don't know if this is what I want to do. Oh gosh, this is a lot. I don't know if I can do this. And then I just let negativity just eat me up. And I'm not a negative person. I'm a pretty positive person. I like to think of myself as a pretty positive person. Bubbly, outgoing, and definitely outspoken. But I was just letting negative thoughts control me. And I was like, no, stop. Redirect this. Start thinking positive things. And things that will help you. And then probably about March is when I was like, this is it. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is where I need to be. This is the path I need to be on. I am confident in this, and I have peace about it. No doubt. And then I just dug more and got more research and read more and looked up more stuff and watched more people on YouTube. Even ran across some things on Pinterest. So I was using social media to help me, to see what everybody else has been through. So I know without a shadow of a doubt, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is for me. This is the right decision for me. This decision isn't for everybody. Okay? Not everyone. It just isn't. And that's fine. But for me, this is right. And I know that this is not the easy way out. I know that I'm about to encounter, I already have been encountering, but not as much as it's going to be after surgery. I'm encountering the most difficult thing I've ever had to do in my entire life. And I've birthed 2 babies. And the first one was 28 hours. That was hard work. Everything I went through with her was a lot of hard work. But I made it. We both made it. So this is going to be the most work I've ever done on me. But that's just it. I'm doing it for me. I'm not doing it for anybody else. I'm not doing it to get friends. I'm not doing it for people to accept me or to like me, whatever. Either you're going to like me fat because you sure won't like me skinny, or vice versa. You don't like me fat, but you may like me skinny. Let me tell you something. If you don't like me now, you ain't never going to like me. And that's okay. I'm not doing it for friends. I'm not doing it for my husband. I'm not doing it for my parents. I'm not doing it for my kids. I'm doing it for me. Because if I don't do it for me, I'm not going to be healthy enough for everything else. I'm not going to be healthy enough for my kids. I'm not going to be healthy enough for my husband so we can go on dates and go kayaking. I can fit in a kayak one day. All right? People think, oh, that's just dumb. I fit in one just fine. Okay, well, when you got a big old butt and you weigh 378 pounds, your butt ain't fitting in a kayak or a canoe. You'll just sink it. You don't need a hole. You'll just sink it. Okay? That's a big deal. So I can't wait for that one day where He'll say, hey, let's go kayaking this weekend. Okay, let's go, because I can. Because weight won't be an issue. Having to search weight limits won't be an issue. Do you know how humiliating? I can't even say the word. To think that you have to, like roller coasters, you have to see how much is the weight limit. Buying exercise equipment, you have to see what's the weight limit. Do you know how embarrassing that is? Okay, here's one step further. Regular digital scales, most of them that you can buy in the store, most of them will go up to 300 or 350 pounds. Guess what? Old Fatty on here won't get a reading because she's over 350. The day that I can get on a normal scale that goes up to 350 pounds, the day I can get on that and it reads me that red number, you better believe you're probably going to hear me screaming from wherever you live, because that's going to be a huge, huge accomplishment. Again, that's probably minute to most people, but when you've been big for so long and you've not been able to get your weight off, no matter how many diets you've done, shakes, protein, Weight Watchers, counting, not counting, cutting everything out, drinking water, pretty much eating grass and whatever, and nothing works, it doesn't work, that's a big deal. That is a big deal. I've been going to the chiropractor. The chiropractor, they have your first initial visit, they have to weigh you. Okay? They weigh you. Again, it was one of them digital scales. And I looked at it and I said, honey, you ain't gonna get a reading off of that. No, it was one of the stand-up ones with the bar, the middle bars. And I said, honey, you're not gonna get a reading off of that. That only goes up to 350. She was like, yeah. I was like, you're not hearing me. You won't get a reading. She's like, well, let's just try. I was like, I weighed this morning. I'll tell you what I weigh. I weigh 364. You're not gonna get that reading. It goes up to 350. So she did it and put across, and she said, well, okay. Like, don't embarrass me anymore than what I already am. I know how big I am. I'm aware of how big I am. Don't make the situation worse. Like, don't make me feel worse than I already do. Same way I had to get, I got a physical exam for insurance. Again, the lady brought out the digital scale, and I told her, I said, that won't get a reading on me. She just kind of looked at me. I was like, do I have a tattoo on my forehead? You won't get a rating. I'm over 350. But now I will say I'm down to 353. So give me 4 more pounds and you'll hear me screaming because I can get a digital reading. That red number. It's going to be exciting. So it's just the little things. I'm ready to feel better. I'm ready to get a life back. I'm ready not to wake up every morning hurting, being in pain, your feet hurting, my back. Sorry, my hips, not my back. My back doesn't really doesn't bother me. I've had back surgery about 15 years ago. So my back doesn't really hurt. It's the hips that hurt, which causes the sciatic pain. And my shoulders will hurt. I'm just ready to wake up, to be able to get out of the bed and just get up all in one motion, instead of being like, I don't know, a seal trying to slide up on a rock and then trying to roll over on its side and then try to go back down in the ocean. That's the best way to explain it. I have to do all these motions to get out of the bed. No, I'm 36. I shouldn't have to do that. That's ridiculous. So when I can get out of the bed like a normal person, you're gonna hear me screaming then too. So I'm excited. I know this has been a really long video. I didn't mean for it to be long. So it's probably just a bunch of mumbo jumbo, but again, it's just for me to go back and see how things change from this video to my next one. I probably won't do another one till I find out when my surgery date is and all of that. So I'm excited. Again, this isn't for anybody else. This is just for me. This is just for Amanda, for her to come back. The old Amanda is making videos for the new Amanda, so the new Amanda can come back and see how messed up the old Amanda was and how she desperately needed the new Amanda to come out and be part of her life and take over her life, so the old fat Amanda could finally die and be done. So it's just for accountability for me to come back and look and watch my journey. And if it helps someone else, that's awesome. I'm glad that it does, because I think we need more people open about, and again, that's not for everybody to be open about your weight loss surgery. It's not, and I understand that. But it was beneficial to me watching so many other people post their journeys and what they've dealt with, and I thought, oh my gosh, that's been the same thing with me. I can't get out of bed either. Oh man, walking from my car to my front door, I feel like I'm gonna die. Me too. You know, we just need those moments of, hey, me too. Someone else is going through this. Hey, me too. Me too. But then we also need those videos where we've come from the me too to I did it. I did it, you can do it. And then you can come to the point in your life and you can say, hey, I did it. It was me too, but I did it. I did too. So if it helps you, great. If not, you probably just want to watch it to make fun of me. That's fine. I don't care. Don't care.